Welcome to Creative Juice Without Pulp. Are you a young creative who wants to work in the creative industry, whether that be at an advertising agency or maybe working for yourself as a freelancer? I have an interview series called Adelaide Creatives, where I interview people that either own advertising agencies or they work in one. And I ask them this question: what's some good advice for a young creative to get into the industry? So here are some clips from the interview series. If you want to see the full interview, the link is down in the description, and I hope you enjoy the video. What are some attributes that you look for, young creatives when you're looking to hire them? Is it the skill come the highest, or is it, experience, or is it, yeah?
Yeah, it's probably going to be all of the above. It's a little bit, it's obviously attitude in there as well, like being proactive and eager to kind of tackle those problems. That's it's kind of funny. It's I guess it's taking that step with because like I said before, everyone's busy. And it's not an excuse, but being proactive means you can go like, I wasn't sure what to do, so I did this, and because of these reasons is much more encouraging than, I didn't know what to do, so I've been sitting here waiting for someone. And that's a pretty logical response if you're feeling a bit nervous and you're in a new place. But you don't want to take too many risks. But it's just that, I guess, that ability to try and problem solve independently or collaboratively with someone else. So that proactiveness is really appealing. That willingness to learn. Technical skills there's obviously a base level that need to be able to function. Speed comes with experience. Don't expect any junior or any inexperienced designer to be amazing from the get-go. That's something you're going to learn on the job anyway. So it's more, again, it's probably more about that proactiveness and the ability to communicate, to be able to distill a problem into an idea and then tell someone what that idea is. Because even if you can't do the artwork or the animation yourself, it's far more valuable to me if you can at least describe what the solution might be. Like it can't live in your head and we hope it gets out somehow. You need to be able to tell someone else to be able to create your vision, and that's not an easy skill to have either.
But we always need more people, and that's a fantastic segue for you to ask me a question around how do young creators get a job in an agency?
So I got a question. How would you say a young creative would go about getting a job in an agency?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
There are many ways to do it. I think a lot of people will look to, like yourself, award school and those kind of things. I think in the past, that's been used as a little bit of an excuse as a filter. Now, I love the guys at award school. I'm a huge believer in it and a huge supporter of it. But I think it has been used as a filter. It allows agencies to look at candidates with a little bit more care, or that's not the right word, but I'm going to use filter again because I can't think of something else. It allows it to look at the people and go, okay, do they understand the fundamentals? Because creativity is, I guess it's not intangible, but it's one of those things that's, who's to say you are or you aren't creative? And sometimes in a world where we are blending sort of art and commerce, you need to have a balance. If I wore no shoes and grew my hair down to my butt crack and painted portraits for a long period of time, I'm a creative. And that's amazing. It's going to be a nice existence, wouldn't it? Bloody hell, maybe I should do that. But
so how do you choose people to join BAD if it's not, award school and uni and stuff like that?
Look, we definitely look to both of those things, right? And I think gut feel plays a huge role in who fits the culture. And again, culture is a big word that you hear sort of smashed a little bit, but it is incredibly important in the creative sector. It's changed. I remember early days walking into KWP and long before that as a child in the hallways of Young and Rubicon, culture was craziness. It was energy. It was it was motivating. And I think it still is. It's just a different thing. we look to that probably first as an agency, and know that with the right people, the right cultural fit, and the right enthusiasm to get the job done, there is a lot of on-the-job training that comes with that. At a time where we are right now with sort of high speed growth and those kind of things, unfortunately, you can't always just do the on the job. You need people to land in a chair and know how to do it. So therefore, award schools and those kind of things work really, really well. But I think the best thing to sort of focus on is when you're bringing or stepping into an agency or new people coming in looking for a job, it's understanding why you're there.
Yes.
A lot of people, a lot of young creatives come in and they want a job because it's cool, because they go, that'll be fun, I want to do that. But at the end of the day, let's remember, we're all cogs in a machine and we've got a job to do. So what value are you going to add to that agency? And in turn, what value are you going to add to that agency's clients?
Do you have any tips for young creatives on networking in Adelaide specifically, or just in Australia in general?
Networking can come easily. Just be nice. I just think compliment and always find an interesting item to talk about the person you're engaging. I think it's just even practice it when you're out socially. I also think to practice good networking and social skills if you're involved in a club. Aim for presidency or secretary, or become involved like that. And once you're head of a club, it forces you to have to go and greet people, to interact with them, and it pushes you out of your comfort zone. So I think, that will help. It helps you grow as a person in general, both work and play.
What do you believe a young person should be doing in order to stand out from the masses of young creatives in Adelaide?
I think one of the main issues that I've been seeing as an employer, I mean, we've I've met a fair few young. So my advice to any young person wanting to get into this game is, one, try to unlearn all the crap that you learned at uni, and keep creating, and demonstrate that you love creativity, and you do that because you got to remember, like, if you're not doing this, you turn up for a job interview, you're basically showing the same thing that 20 other people have just showed, because everyone's showing their university portfolio. I mean, the way I got into the game was, well, one, I didn't have a university education, but I went around to agencies and asked, begged and borrowed for briefs, and just came up with work, and thought of my own work and my own ads, and created a book. And today you'd call it, you'd probably make a Wix website or something like that.
Don't do it. No, the fashion industry can be very rewarding. It is very cutthroat.
Yes.
As they say in fashion, one day you're in, one day you're out.
Right.
There's Project Runway.
Yeah, right.
I mean, study. There's courses for all of these things now at TAFE or university.
Do you believe a university or TAFE degree is necessary for this industry?
It's really not. I don't think. I was always against that kind of mentality myself. I went to TAFE purely because becoming a fashion designer, there was obviously a lot of technicality involved, and I had to learn how to make clothes. Don't think that you're going to get everything from just like, getting a Janome at home and watching YouTube tutorials.